Hey Internet, it's RJ. Welcome back. Thanks for tuning into the show today. Now today is Sunday, so you know what that means. It's time to go around the net with all the news you can use in the week that was in credit and finance. So on the docket for today, we have a few good ones for you. We found a home for the discontinued Rakuten card we've been talking about. We have American Express kind of adding to one of their credits by happenstance that we'll talk about. We have an American Express Business Gold survey out that, of course, we will overreact to. And to close, we'll talk about the Marriott Chase and Amex Love Triangle that may result in some new cards and some refreshes. So, of course, if that sounds interesting to you, then go ahead, press the subscribe button, and let's get to work. Now we're going to start lead off here with American Express Platinum, but this is kind of by association, right? So Walmart Plus is a credit on the Platinum card or coupon if you prefer. Basically, you can sign up with your Platinum card, you'll get the Walmart Plus membership. Well, Walmart Plus is actually adding a partnership between them and Paramount Plus being one of those streaming services. So as a result, if you have a Walmart Plus membership, you will get access to Paramount Plus. Now overall, a little bit of details about the membership here. It's going to be the Essentials membership, which I understand starts in September, and the Essentials membership usually costs about $4.99, so call it $5. And I believe there's ads in it as well. It's limited ads in quotes, as they say, but I believe it is supported by ads. That's how you get it for $5. So as a result, if you have Amex Platinum and you use the credit for Walmart Plus, you will have access to Paramount Plus. So that means now many, many more people out there, Platinum card holders, can watch the Halo TV show and be filled with utter disappointment. Go ahead at me in the comments. I dare you. Anyways, other stories here. We're talking about the Rakuten Cashback card. That card has since been discontinued to new applicants, and we at the time we didn't think the portfolio was being bought or sold to anyone. Well, now it looks like those cards are actually going to end up being converted to one of Synchrony Bank's own cards. Now, I didn't actually realize that Synchrony Bank had any cards of their own. They're kind of the king of co-branded next to Barclays. But what's happened here, again, it's going to end in September 17th, so right around the corner. Now, the cards will be converted to Synchrony Premier World MasterCard, which has no annual fee and a classic 2x back on all purchases. Now, the reason this is of interest, number one, is because there is actually going to be a mini conversion bonus, if you will. So it's going to be a $100 statement credit with $1,000 in spend if you do that by November 4th of this year. And of course, they're doing this to get you to activate the card and use it. But overall, I think that's pretty good, pretty easy, $100. Again, a lot of you in the comments have told me you didn't really use the Rakuten card that much. But, some of you were, concerned about, hey, the credit limit just disappearing or the credit history and that having an effect. So now you'll at least have a new home for that card. So, I would expect to see some communication from Synchrony and probably your new card showing up right around that September time frame when, the Rakuten ones are going to stop. So there you go. Be sure if you have it to get your $100 because why not? So those are some quick hits, but the news of the week was two things. So one, we have a fun survey from American Express. They do this every so often. They have existing card members, and they send a survey out and say, hey, how do you feel about these changes, right? If we were to do them. All hypotheticals, nothing's happening yet, but it gives us a chance to look over it, see what they're potentially thinking about, and then way overreact and speculate to it, so why not? So this time the survey was about the American Express Business Gold card. So first, let's take a look at the existing Business Gold card to see what we're talking about as a refresher in case you don't have it. So, again, this is one of the more business-focused cards. $295 annual fee, so a little bit more expensive than the personal one. But it's got the 4X on the top two categories you spend in each month, up to $150K in combined spend. And people really do like these categories because it could be gas stations, shipping, advertising, so restaurants. So this is a really good version of the Gold card. Actually, right now, I may like this one better than the personal one, honestly, because, yes, it's a higher annual fee, but again, $150K, 4X back on these categories, pretty good. Now let's take a look at the survey here. So the survey that they sent out, I'm just going to highlight some of the changes. So annual fee, you would go up from $295 to $350. Now the rewards, you're still talking about earning 4X on the top two categories where your business spends the most. This time it's $100K in each category and $200K in total per year. So you do get a little bit more spend. However, that comes at a potential cost depending on how you use the card, and that is your categories. You can see that they are removing shipping. That one looks like the biggest removal that they have. They still have gas stations, restaurants, travel, transit, and advertising, but shipping would be no more. Now, you also get up to $120 in statement credits in each of the following categories. So, to me, this says you'd get $120 for office supply store retailers, and they're giving you some examples, and then shipping, you'd also get $120. Cell phone protection will be added. Employee cards, you could add up to 5 Business Gold employee cards for $95, and then add a Business Green for no annual fee. So I'll leave that up for a second, but those are the proposed changes. Now, I was talking to some folks in the comments about this who brought it to my attention, and, it's one of those things where I agree that it's probably aimed at making the card appeal more to the masses, and I also think they might have been losing their shirt on shipping charges, right? This is probably one of the best cards for shipping. Might be the best card for shipping, actually, and shipping prices have gone up and up and up, even not even related to supply chain. I know USPS is always saying, hey, what's going to cost us more to ship basic letters, and it's going to take longer, which is a whole other thing, right? So this could be good or bad. I mean, basically, if you're using this card for shipping, then you're kind of out of luck, right? That kind of sucks, which leads me to believe that they're losing. Their Amex is giving up way too many MR points on shipping. Now, the other thing here is, how the credits, right? The credits are set up, and they don't say this specifically that it's going to be a $10 a month credit, but you know the formula by now that Amex uses $120. You can divide that by 12. You get $10 a month in credits that do not roll over. They don't say that in the survey, but if it happens and they follow suit, then I think this is actually worse, in my opinion. But I'm pretty much so anti-credit at this point, or anti-coupon at this point, that I may be biased. But personally, I wouldn't necessarily want to have to deal with another credit to use $10 at Staples once a month. As a business, right? Sometimes I need it, sometimes I don't. Again, they're still focused on business and not necessarily us per se, but still. But they're not finalized. They're just kind of getting people's thoughts about it. So let's use this as a sounding board. If you have the card, if you're considering the card, if you have the card, would this make you keep it? Or would you be happy about this? Or if you don't have it, would this sway you to getting the card, right? Again, people who do shipping are really the ones left out in the cold over this. Everything else is still kind of manageable, but again, I don't like a higher annual fee for, yes, more credits, and you can see how it offsets, but again, it's more to remember and mess around with every month. But again, I admit my own biases. So that's American Express. Now we're going to go to our Marriott, Chase, Amex love triangle of sorts, right? So you can remember, Marriott's been in the news as of late, doing a lot of different tweaks and upgrades to their cards, more so on the Chase side than anything else. But if you remember, they're unique in the fact that, Marriott shares two partners because of the SPG Marriott merger. American Express had SPG, Chase had Marriott. I think that's how it went. And then they merged. It kind of just say, hey, we'll just keep it the way it is. Chase got the lower tier Marriott cards. Amex got the higher ones. Well, now it looks like we're going to potentially get 2 new Marriott cards for both issuers and a revamp of an existing one. So let's take a look at this. So the card rumors, and of course I'm stressing they are rumors here. So Amex Marriott Brilliant, that's the card from Amex, obviously. It would go up from $450 to $650. Now, no word on yet what you would get. There'd be a Bountiful card. That would be a Chase card with a $250 annual fee. No word on perks. And there would be the Bevy card, which would be an Amex card, which is a $250 annual fee. These would launch in September, both of them. I don't know if they launch at the same time or what, but on the right-hand side here, you have some card art from the Bevy Amex card. I'm not sure where they found this at, but this was from the Dr. Fred, and I've seen it on Frequent Miler as well. So, it looks fine. I'm putting it on there. So I will run through the other Amex cards on screen if you're, you need a refresher here. But again, the Brilliant one, that's the expensive one, the $450 one that's Amex, and then you have, your other ones with Chase. Chase also has the Bold, which is the 95. The Bold has no annual fee, sorry, and then the Brilliant or the Boundless. There's too many names, man. The Boundless has the $95 annual fee. So the real question is, what would they add to these cards, right? New cards is nice, but what would they do, right? So for the Chase side first, it does make sense in the tiers of cards. You have no annual fee, you have $95, and you have $250. That makes sense, and there's probably room. And for that one, I would have to say you'd need at least gold status on that card. You need gold status, and then maybe a 50,000 rewards point annual certificate, something like that. And then on the Amex side, it fits again because you've got the higher tier, then you have the $250 down below it, right? So I would say, I'm going to guess those cards almost mirror each other, right? But the thing to remember is the Marriott 1 lane rule. So if you've gotten bonuses on, the Chase side, then you can't double dip and get the bonuses on the Amex side either. So they should probably clear that up a little bit as well. That might help things. So overall, again, it's not much to go off of, but I do think the issue for me is the higher end Amex card. I think that card more so needs a refresh than an annual fee hike, because if you look at its competitor, the Hilton Aspire card, I don't think it really is not super competitive. Again, Hilton gives you diamond status. Hilton gives you, a few lounge passes, I think, some other stuff in there. It's really easy to use. It's such a popular card. Their rewards night isn't capped. You can use it like any day of the week, and it's not capped. That's such a popular card. People will pay for 2 of those with a $450 annual fee versus the Marriott card where one works, sure, and the credit was nice. The $300 property credit was nice, but again, they just changed it to be a dining credit, presumably so you use the card more as opposed to just making it a sock drawer card. So, I think it more so needs a refresh, but if they were to do this, I'll put the rewards chart on screen for you. You can see the category. This is, kind of their new off-peak, on-peak pricing. I think fully takes effect in 2023. But for $650, I'm going to need something like a Category 8 cert, honestly. And in addition to that, I think you're also going to need at least Platinum status, or no, Titanium. Platinum status is probably the one they'd give you. Titanium would be nice for $650, but you need something like that to kind of match the Hilton Diamonds out there. But of course, either way, I like new cards, and more options is always good. So, I wouldn't necessarily turn them down yet. We just got to wait and see. So, of course, down below, let me know what you think each card should need at each price point to either get you to upgrade, go after it, product change, or just be excited about going back to Marriott over maybe Hilton or Hyatt. Love to get your thoughts. But anyways, guys, that's going to do it for the news. So if you like this one, drop me a thumbs up down below. If you found it particularly interesting, of course, consider subscribing to the channel. Again, posting content just like this every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Of course, right back here every Sunday with all the news you can use in the week that was in credit and finance. Again, my question for you guys is let me know about those Amex Gold changes, or of course the Marriott Love Triangle as well, and any other stories you've seen going on this week you'd like to chat about. Love to get your thoughts on it all. But anyways, guys, that's going to do it for this one. As always, thanks so much for watching, and talk to you very soon on Monday.